See the names who just joined in. Good morning. I need to get my X-ray vision on from here. So we're started seated in a comfortable position. Just check that you can sit evenly and comfortably. So if that means just stretching out your legs, you can do that as well. Or even sit on your heels. Any way at all that's comfortable, and maybe just take a little stretch, just take whatever feels good. Give the body a little stretch firstly. And then when you're ready, just taking some stillness in your seat if that is comfortable for you. So we can close the eyes nice and softly, or just let the gaze come towards the floor. And take a couple of longer, deeper cleansing sighs. Breathing in nice and slowly, taking the breath all the way up to the top of the lungs. And exhaling, just sigh it out, let it go. So our hands, they can generally rest on the knees or in your lap. Again, whatever just makes your shoulders soften more naturally. So don't worry where they are. But generally with the palms facing down just helps feel that little bit more grounded. Palms facing up, receiving energy. So whatever way you're naturally inclined this morning, then go for that. And then starting right at the crown of your head. So physically the crown of your head, but also taking a moment to notice what is going on inside your head. So starting off here, and of course, leaving any conversations that you might have had beforehand, any messages, any thoughts or to-do lists, allowing them to be there for this moment. So acknowledging them right now, and then just parking them over to the side. So of course, there might be stories that continue that you don't realize, thought processes that need to continue. So with that, just acknowledging each thought as it comes in, noticing what you're saying, and leaving it go. So that might take a few moments, allowing your awareness to settle as in your head, above your head, around your head, all awareness here. And then starting to gradually take that awareness when you're ready down the neck, down towards your shoulders, and letting it rest here for a moment. And then maybe feeling if you can soften your shoulders a little more, allowing any weight to just fall off your shoulders. So physically, mentally, emotionally, just letting it go. This hour is your practice. This time is for you to create space, to tune in while tuning out. If that makes sense. So with that, allowing your awareness to just trickle down your arms, down towards your hands, and feeling where that contact is that your hands have with your body. So maybe they're palms down or palms up. Again, doesn't matter, just noticing that contact, noticing the positioning. And then allowing your awareness to travel down your spine. So your upper back, middle back, and lower back. And noticing and maybe creating some awareness in space of where you feel your shoulders are stacked over your hips. So is your spine in a straight line? Are you tilting forward or backwards? And maybe even start to take that motion so you know, so you're more aware. So little circles in one direction and then the other, or maybe it's just slightly forward and backward and tilting. And noticing where you feel that pull as you slightly tilt back. And same as you come forward, where you're just feeling that slight pull. Is it in your back? Is it in your hips? And seeing if you can find that space where you are aligned, where the crown of the head is reaching up, and at the same time the sitting bones are pressing down. And then moving that awareness, letting it just drift all the way down into your hips and just letting it set there for a moment. Notice if any feelings or sensations arise. And then your awareness is just gently traveling down the legs to your knees, shins, ankles, feet, and toes. And again, maybe just feeling the parts of your body that are in contact with each other, in contact with your mat, feeling the floor beneath you, feeling that support. And then allowing your awareness to come back in towards your belly. So you can stay seated as you are. You can take your hands to your belly if you like, taking Yoni Mudra. And just for a moment, your awareness is settling here. So you might start to feel that part of your body gently expanding with your breath, softening with your exhale. So just staying here, nothing to do, just observing each inhale and each exhale. And as you start to notice, again, maybe your mind, your attention has gone back up towards your mind. And if it has, just gently draw it back down towards your hands, towards your belly. Observing, watching, feeling the sensations. So we're just going to take maybe 1 or 2 more breaths here. And then gently releasing your hands. We're just going to move. So if you want to take your legs out and give them a little shake, you can, but we're just going to come into Baddha Konasana with the soles of the feet together. So if it's okay to come straight there, then you can do that. And we're going to just hold on to the feet for a moment. So last night I did a bit of this as well. So I'll just do it this morning. It's taking your thumb, so it's in the middle of the base of your foot, if that makes sense, the base of your foot, kind of under your second toe, just about a finger or 2 down. There's an acupressure point there, and you can give it a little massage with your thumbs. So it might feel a little bit tender, maybe not, maybe it doesn't feel anything, but you're just applying it. It is a little bit of pressure that you're applying. So as you massage and give it a rub, it's the start of our kidney meridian line. So it's a pressure point that helps just to stimulate that area. And very nourishing as it for the kidney meridian, which at this time of year can get a little bit out of balance. So just another little minute if you like, or else just hold on to the feet. You don't need to rub them if it's not feeling good for you. You can just stay in Baddha Konasana and let your head become heavy, softening into the pose. And our kidney meridian runs up from that space in the foot all the way up the inner thigh. So that this pose and poses, some of the poses we'll do this morning are quite stimulating and nourishing for that energy line. So just taking maybe 1 or 2 more breaths. And then when you're ready, we'll just gently take the knees together, nice and slowly, taking a little bit of windshield wiper with the knees if that feels good, or you can just outstretch them, give them a little shake out, give them a little pat out if you like, whatever feels good. Maybe give them a bit of a squeeze into your thighs and your groin, your hips. And then slowly taking it over into a tabletop position. So we'll stack knees pretty much under your hips. It doesn't have to be, directly into a tabletop right now. Have a little bit more space for the body if that feels good. And we'll start to just move into some circles, maybe to start off. So bone back towards the heels and then take it up and around. Breathing into it, close your eyes, go nice and slowly here. Just starting to wake up the whole body, wake up your hips and your lower back. Taking circles, taking figure eights, and then maybe also as you come into a tabletop, little circles with the pelvis. So this can be really nice and release out for the lower back. But again, just taking this couple of moments for yourself this morning, doing what feels good in your body. And then maybe taking a few cat-cows as well. So we'll drop our belly, roll the shoulders back, start to lift your chin nice and gently. And then as you exhale, we'll gently press the chin in towards it. Just press the floor away and navel comes in towards your spine. And then again, we'll drop our bellies nice and slowly. So taking awareness right from the tailbone all the way up to the crown of your head. Exhale, round, press the floor away. Drawing the chin in towards the chest, navel in, and again. Exhale. So coming into these nice and slowly to start off and taking a little extra breath if you feel tight in any spaces. I'm going to take a little bit of extra space between our tabletop right now. So taking maybe the hands a little further forward, knees a little further back. And we're going to take the chest down towards the mat. So elbows just hug in towards the ribs. Hips are high for a moment. And then you're going to slide all the way down onto your belly. Tops of the feet on the mat. Taking a little cobra pose, baby cobra. Lift your chin, lift your chest. Tops of the feet pressing down, breathing deeply. Exhale, release. Coming back through into a wide knees child's pose. Take the hips all the way back. Breathe deeply. Inhale, come forward. So kind of rounding almost through a tabletop. And then we're going to drop our hips this time. So drop the hips down, keep the arms straight, and then draw the chest through. Maybe look up. Exhale again, press the floor away and come into your child's pose. Knees are wide, big toes together. Inhale again, come forward, and then we'll drop the hips. Open the chest, look up. Exhale again, come back into that child's pose position. So trying to move as fluidly as you can here. So nice and slowly, not forcing anything. If it doesn't feel right, you just kind of stop where your body wants you to stop. And then taking it back into that wide knees child's pose. So almost thinking about that water element of the kidney chi that we're having a little bit more emphasis on this morning, and moving as fluidly as you can. And also so that kidney meridian line runs from in between the big toe all the way up the inner thigh. So a lot of the poses we're doing will help to nourish that. Forward again, drop the hips, last one. Exhale, take it all the way back. And then we're going to walk our hands back towards our knees, curl the toes under. So we're going to come into Malasana at the back of the mat. So take the feet as wide as you like here to get that contact with the feet and the mat. Try to drop your sitting bones back a little bit more and then lift through the chest. So we don't need to come into like the full expression right now. If it's more comfortable for you to almost just tilt forwards and backwards to get that little bit more openness into the body, then do that. Closing your eyes, keep the awareness right into your body. So again, taking it out of your head as much as you can and drawing it right down into your feet, your ankles, your hips, noticing the sensations, but then just seeing what happens if you slightly move, if you breathe a little deeper. Just one more breath here. Really good. And then taking the hands back down, we're going to walk them forward all the way to the top of the mat into our plank position. So yeah, take your feet are still at the back, hands up towards the top, stacking shoulders over the wrists. Take a nice straight line through the spine. Big deep breath into the belly. Exhale, take a lion's breath. And again, full deep breath in. Exhale. Take your knees down towards the mat. Take that again, chest and chin down. Soften the heart space to the mat. Sliding the belly down. Coming into cobra. Roll the shoulders back. Breathe. Exhale, release. Curling the toes. This time we're going to lift all the way up, downward facing dog. Give the head a little shake out. Walk it out, bend one knee and then the other. Keeping the arms nice and straight, fingers spread wide, lift your hips as high as you can. So we can bend the knees here and then lift your hips up, stomach towards your thighs. Deep breath. Take another lion's breath if you like, or just keep the breath moving in and out nice and fluidly. Inhale, look towards the top of the mat. We're going to step our way up. Exhale, fold. Taking a dangle position here. So we're just dangling the arms and head over the legs, but the legs have a little bend, so they're not dead straight. And then again, we're going to slowly round up. So chin comes in towards the chest, coming all the way up to standing at the top of the mat. Take a breath here. Nice deep breaths, pressing the feet down. And then on your inhale, we're going to reach your arms all the way up. Look up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, hands to the mat. We're going to step into our plank, hold. And either knees, chest, and chin, or we can move through chaturanga if you feel that you can come down into a straight line and hover. Inhale, taking it into either up dog or cobra. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Big deep breath in, exhale, side out. Let it go. Inhale, look forward, lightly bending your knees. You're going to hop or jump or tiptoe, whatever feels good. Exhaling into folds. And then inhale, reach all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. Gorgeous. So we take a couple more like that. Nice and steady. Inhale, reach all the way up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. So hands onto your shins. Make sure you're lengthening through the spine. Exhale, palms down, stepping back. Knees can always come to the mat first here as well if it feels better for you. And then slowly lowering with control. Inhale, taking whatever back bend feels good. And meeting in downward facing dog. One more here. So coming towards the top of the mat. Exhale to fold. Inhale, reaching all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. Lovely. One more. Moving with your breath, so take them as slowly or as fast as you like. And we'll meet in downward facing dog. So when you get to downward facing dog, just stay there for an extra breath or two. Feeling as if you've created a bit more space in the body, you've warmed up the muscles. Maybe you can take the heels a little closer towards the floor. Inhale, right leg rises. Exhale, we're going to come onto our left tippy toes. Take the right knee in towards the nose. Hug it in nice and tightly. Push the floor away. Inhale to lift. Exhale, take it over towards the right elbow and see if you can touch it here. Keep the upper body strong. Inhale back. Exhale, take it over towards the left. Inhale, lift. Exhale, knee to nose. Pause here and we'll see if we can step the right foot lightly through. Taking your time, pressing into the front foot and slowly lifting up. Reaching up through the arms. Full deep breath in. And we're going to bend our elbows here. So just holding onto opposite elbows. Lifting them up in line with the shoulders, maybe taking them back a little more. Breathing into your chest. Sending that left heel back just a little more so the legs are strong. Gorgeous. One more breath. Exhale, reach the arms all the way up towards the ceiling. And then exhale, we're going to take the elbows wide, let the left knee hover just off the mat for a moment. Inhale, back up. Exhale, left knee to hover. Inhale, back up. Exhale. One more. And then this time, we're going to take the left knee all the way down to the mat. So if you need to roll over the mat underneath the knee, go ahead. And we're going to take our hands behind the back, interlacing your fingers. So draw the shoulders back. Maybe lift your chin, look up. Softening your hips. Squeezing the palms together nice and gently. Exhale to release, both hands either side of the front foot, and then send the hips back. So we're straightening the front leg. Inhale, come forward, kind of dropping the hips. Exhale, back. And again, as you come forward, try to draw the chest through, maybe lift your chin, creating a bit more space here. Exhale, send the hips back. One more. And then as you come back to center, keep the left palm on the mat. We're going to twist over towards the right, reaching your right arm up towards the ceiling. Lean back into it. Nice full deep breath in. And then as you exhale, we're going to reach that right arm all the way back. Lifting up our back foot, see if we can grab hold of the foot. Okay, so you might want to extend that left knee back a little further from the hip. Make sure that it's there. And then if you don't get hold of the foot, that's fine. You just reach back, you lift the foot up. Of course, if you have a strap or anything like that handy, you could use it as well. But take your time. We're just going to have a couple of breaths here. Rolling the shoulder back. Breathing nice and deeply. We take one more deep breath. And then slowly releasing, taking our right foot, so both hands come down, take the right foot across the mat and the knee down. So coming into a pigeon here. The knee is out to the outside. Take your hands back for balance. Curl the left toes under for a minute and almost walk, lengthen the leg back a little bit more. Lovely. So if you've tended to drop over to the right hand side, we're going to slot a little cushion in there. Just use your fingertips either side for balance for now. Open the chest, maybe look up. Exhale, walking the hands forward. Coming halfway down. So you can rest just on the forearms if that's okay for you. But if you can come a little further down, you can also walk the hands all the way forward. Let the forehead rest down towards the mat if that's okay. Or of course, stack your hands. So loosen the jaw here. Make sure you're releasing any tension you might be holding. We're not going to stay here for very long, just taking 1 or 2 more breaths. Breathing into your hip, breathing into the lower back. And then on your next inhale, slowly press into your hands, curl the back toes under, press down, lifting up, 3-legged dog. Open up that hip, knee up towards the ceiling. Maybe take a couple of little circles here, knee on the ceiling and into your ankle. And then from here, ripple forward. Take the right knee towards the right elbow, out towards the left elbow, back up again. And one more circle. And then we'll take the knee in towards the nose, stepping it through. Back into our high lunge, reach all the way up. This time hooking the thumbs, reach up towards the ceiling. Exhale, just gently stretching over towards the left. So keep pressing the right foot into the mat. Full deep breath. Inhale, take it back. And then exhale, we're going to twist. So reach the right arm back, left arm forward. Take your time as you twist. And then once you get into your twist, see if you can draw the right hip back and take the body a little bit more centered. Really good. Last breath here. Exhale, left hand comes to the mat, right hand to your hip, stepping into side plank. Take a supported side plank if you like, with the right foot in front. Lifting the hips nice and high, maybe extend that right arm over. Lovely, one more deep breath. Exhale, take it into plank. And then we can lower all the way down, taking a vinyasa, so either dropping your knees or take chaturanga. And coming back to downward facing dog. So pause here again, take 1 or 2 deep breaths. Take a lion's breath if you like. Let it go, stick out the tongue. And just allow your breath to settle. So take a moment. Really nice. And then left leg rises. Coming onto the right tippy toes, take the knee in towards the nose, hug it in. Inhale to lift. Exhale, take it over towards the left elbow. Inhale, lift. Over towards your right. Inhale, lift. Exhale, take the knee right in towards the nose, pause. And then we'll see if we can step it through. So of course you can move that left foot forward with your hands. Take your time. Dropping that hip. And then reach up through the arms. Really good. So check that your legs are stable here. It might mean stepping the feet a little further apart on the mat so they're in line with the hips. And then from here, we're going to bend our elbows, take the right knee to hover. Inhale, push back up. So legs are strong. Exhale, lower. Inhale, back up. And slowly move with the breath. So really try to keep the connection with the feet, the legs. Last one. So this time it comes all the way down. Yeah, taking the hands behind the back. Gently squeezing the palms together. Lift through the chest. You can uncurl the back toes if you feel steady enough. And just check your knee, the front knees over the ankle. Looking up gently towards the ceiling. And then we'll exhale, take the hands forward beside your foot. Send the hips back as you straighten the left leg. Inhale, come forward, gently lifting your chin. Exhale back. So just taking a couple of these, moving gently with the breath, sort of opening up your hips. And then next time you come forward, we're going to plant the right hand and take a twist. So check the hands under your shoulder and then reach up through the left arm, almost leaning back into it a little bit more. And then we're going to reach the left arm all the way back. So you're stretching as far back as you can. And then we'll bend into the right foot and see if you can get a hold. So again, the things that you need to look out for coming into this one is that your right hip is, the right knee is behind the hip. So it's extended back before you lift. And that your right hand is under the shoulder. So you have those set up first. And then you can maybe reach back. Again, if you don't grab a hold, you just work on reaching back as much as you can and then roll the shoulder back. Last deep breath. And we'll release. We're going to step that left foot across to the right side of the mat, coming into pigeon. Okay. And of course, we can curl the toes for a moment, extend the right leg back a little further, coming up onto the fingertips, using a little prop under the left glute if you need to. Open the chest and then come forward. So I'm just going to stay here for a couple of breaths, not too long. So try to come straight into it. Notice where you're feeling it. Send the breath right into that glute or the hip, the lower back. One more deep breath. And then taking the hands back, curl the right toes, lifting up for three-legged dog, opening up the hip. Take a couple of circles with the ankle and the knee. And then taking the knee over towards the left arm, the left elbow, and then the right and back up. So like a big circle. And again. And then this time taking it through. Left foot comes forward. Back into our high lunge. Take a full deep breath here. Hook your thumbs, reach up. And then with the exhale, we're going to slightly bend over towards the right. So you'll notice you have to press a bit more into that left foot and the big toe. Inhale, take it back. Exhale, twist towards the left. Reaching the left arm back, right arm forward, body is centered. Exhale, our right hand will come down and stepping it back into our side plank. So of course, you can take that left foot in front for a little bit of extra support or step it all the way back. Maybe reaching the top arm overhead if you like, lifting up through the hips. And then we'll take it back to our plank, holding here. Nice long deep breaths. Exhale, come all the way down onto your belly. Sigh it out. Let the tops of the feet come down. Stacking one hand on top of the other. Just let the forehead rest down on the hands for a moment. So just taking a little wriggle with the hips here, side to side, your pelvis. And then bending the knees, we're going to lift the feet up towards the ceiling. So just starting here, we're going to just lift the right foot up, pulse. So lift the thigh up away from the mat. You can keep your upper body down, it's okay. Just pulse that right foot towards the ceiling and then release, and then the left. So you're lifting up from the glute, from your hamstrings, pulsing the foot towards the ceiling, and then come down, let the feet relax for a moment, relax your head. And then propping up, so coming into left arm is under the shoulder and bent in front. We're going to reach back with the right hand to the right foot. So same thing, we're going to keep the left leg down and then just flex your foot as if you're pulsing it up towards the ceiling, but this time you have a hold of the ankle as well. So just pulse, 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 and then hold it up. So holding with your hand, but also as more control from the leg here, from the glute. Pulse it up, hold, and then release. Take a breath, come all the way down. And then keeping the right arm, so same thing, it's under the shoulder, kind of propping you up. Reach back with the left hand, grab a hold of the ankle. So almost, yeah, take the leg is doing all the work here. The hand's just holding on to keep your chest lifted. So then we're going to pulse, pulse, pulse. Can we feel quite difficult? Notice which one felt easier or stronger than the other even. And then hold it up for a moment and then release. Take a breath, come all the way down. Bending the legs again, just take little windshield wipers, side to side. And then reaching back this time to grab hold of both feet from the outside. Nice tight grip. Taking them in line with your hips. And then on your next inhale, you're going to start to lift your legs firstly. So you want to see the knees, feel the knees and thighs lift. And then you can lift your body. So holding on as tight as you can. Use the strength of the legs to help you lift. And then slowly lower. Again, let the head come down for a moment. Deep breath. Take the legs wide and just let your breath soften. Slowly taking your hands under the shoulders, round into child's pose. We're going to take knees wide apart, big toes together, softening the hips back and using your hands. So we're going to come onto the fingertips and just push the hips back as far as you can. So get as much length through the spine, but also just feeling almost that kind of gentle pressure, bringing the hips back a little further. You can let the forehead come to the floor. Breathe into the whole back of your body. And then from here, we're going to take our hands, walking them back again, curl the toes, coming back into the malasana we had. So just taking it again, notice if you feel any different. And this time, we're just going to have our hands at heart, but take a little movement side to side. So one heel will lift, then the other. Really nice. And then seeing if you can take a little bit more weight back this time. So into the heels, into the sitting bones, but we're going to lift our chest, press the palms together. Breathe into it and taking a little bit of a twist here. So we're going to take our right hand down onto the mat, pushing the upper arm against the thigh. I'll just turn around to show you. And then we'll twist. So we're going to lift the left arm up towards the ceiling, looking up towards the thumb. Maybe you can take that left arm around towards the lower back. Maybe taking the bind if the hands will come together. It doesn't have to, you can just stay with the twist, keeping the hand down, twisting up, and then slowly back to center. Take your twist. And again, if you wish to take the bind, you can take the bind here. And then we'll slowly release. Going to take your hands down, lift your hips, little sway side to side. So I'm going to give you the option to come into crow pose, take crow jump back if you like, or just do the prep. So the prep, hands are going to be as wide as your mat, fingers spread wide, pressing down, lift your hips. Come right up onto your tippy toes, then the knees. Knees are going to come in towards the armpits. Tilt forward, and then see if you can lift one foot, maybe lift the other foot, press the floor away. And as you press the floor away, you want to bum lifts really high. So you do want to, if you feel like you're looking straight down in front of you, if you feel afraid of falling, then just have a little bolster there maybe. But keep the knees in towards the armpits. So you need that contact with the knees firstly. Your foundation has to be strong. So with the hands there, and then the knees come in, and then you start to lift our hips, okay? So hook the knees in first, tilt, and then lift. So you need to get that foundation right first, okay? Really good. So take another little breath if you want to, gorgeous. Caroline's having some tumbles. Very good. Okay, so I don't know what else I can say about this. This one is, the foundation, of course, is those chaturanga arms. The knees do need to come right into the armpits, and I know that's difficult for some people. So maybe a block or a cushion underneath the heels will help. And also there's a lot of action in the legs themselves. So a lot of it comes from the feet up. So I would suggest getting the arms and the knees in there first, with even just the tippy toes on the floor, okay? And then from here again, just take another child's pose. Take the head down, knees can come together this time. And like, for those of you I know who can do headstands and all those, you can definitely do crow pose. So it's all about finding that balance, I suppose, just finding where it is. So the hips, the bum comes really high, and the feet up towards your bum as well. Anyway, I'll stop talking now. Just taking that down. Take a couple of breaths. One or two more breaths. Lovely. And then slowly coming up. So we're just going to open up the front of the body again after our crow. So we're going to curl our toes, taking knees under the hips. So they are a little bit apart. We want to make sure they feel comfortable. And if it means, rolling up your mat or taking a blanket under, do that as well. So we're going to take our hands behind firstly and interlace them. And then just draw the shoulders back. So gently squeezing them together. Get that lovely openness across the chest. Now you can stay here, of course. You can just keep pushing your hips forward and maybe look up towards the ceiling. And that might be enough. That's quite deep, quite opening into the chest. If you want to take your hands to the lower back, the thumbs will face out and the fingers down. And then we're going to just gently push the hips forward. Looking up towards the ceiling. So hands can come back towards your feet if that's comfortable. Otherwise, you keep them to your lower back. Keep opening, keep breathing. And to come out, just taking the hands onto your lower back for support. So feeling the support of your hands as you come out. Draw the chin in towards the chest and slowly take it down. Just letting the backs of the hands come onto your thighs. Allowing your eyes to close for a moment. And just taking a couple of moments, letting that energy just find where it needs to go in your body. Slowly coming to sit on your bum. We're going to take the legs around in front. Sitting evenly through the sitting bones. Sit up nice and tall. Give the shoulders a couple of rolls forwards and backwards. And then we're going to take our right foot inside the left thigh for Janu Sirsasana. So just letting that right knee fall out to the side. Fingertips either side of that left leg. Take an inhale, reach all the way up. Stretching through the arms, look up. Exhale, extending over your left leg, nice and slowly. So as you extend forward, we're trying to do so from our hips, from the lower belly, keeping it all nice and long through the spine. Okay, so rather than kind of curling inward, keeping it long. And then maybe taking a hold of your foot if it's accessible, you don't have to. And then looking towards your feet as well is going to help just keep that length and that energy moving through the spine. So keeping it nice and active. Inhaling, slowly walk your hands back. Take the right hand behind your hips, the fingertips face away. And then pushing down into your left heel and the right shin. We're going to lift up, reaching the left arm up and over. Exhale, let it come all the way down. Take a little twist, so twisting over to the left side. And then we'll extend out the right leg, taking the left foot inside the right. Little adjustments if you need to on the sitting bones. Inhale, reach up. So again, feeling as you reach up that your sitting bones can press down into the mat. Exhale, extend. So think about creating space, creating length all the time. Keeping the gaze forward, that energy through the crown of the head moving forward. And then slowly coming up. Left hand comes behind the hip. fingers facing away, pressing down through the foot and the shin, lifting up, reaching up and over. And we'll slowly take it down, taking the twist to the other side. And then slowly coming back to center, we're going to make our way down onto our mat. So if you'd like to have a little drink, it's coming onto your back, whatever way is most comfortable. So you can roll down, you can come onto your side, whatever you'd like to do. And once you come down, check on catching fire, come down and take the knees just bent and wide for a moment. So always a nice practice just to take a couple of breaths as you take some windshield wipers, take a little movement with our pelvis. So really slowing it all down. Knees, as I said, working gently side to side. And then lifting your hips, maybe lengthening the tailbone, feeling the lower back press into the mat gently. And then lifting the lower back away from the mat. So gentle rock forwards and backwards, just feeling how the lower back lifts and then presses down. So thinking about our pelvis almost like a bowl of water now. And we're taking that movement really gently in a circular motion in both directions. So again, try to keep it as fluid as you can. Might mean going slower, that's fine. So not spilling any water out the side. And just noticing how nice that feels in your lower back. So just taking one or two more, maybe hands onto your belly. And from here, we can let the knees come out wide. So we're in our Supta Baddha Konasana. Soles of the feet come together. So like we did at the start, just for a couple of moments, making sure that there is a little bit of a lift of the lower back, but it's not too much. So it's just a natural curve of your spine. And you might even want to take little kind of bounces or butterflies with the knees. And if it feels better, just coming into stillness, making sure your shoulders and your upper back are completely supported. And of course, if you have any blocks or a bolster that you'd like to use under your spine or your shoulders right now, you can do that too. And then just extending the legs out from here. So taking them wide out from the hips, as wide as the mat, feet just flopping out to the side. And then we'll take our arms down by the side, palms facing up towards the ceiling. And if you need any extra layers on you right now, if it's starting to get a little cool, then make sure you feel warm, you feel cozy. And allowing yourself these few moments to let your practice just sink into your body, to sink into your bones. So allowing your muscles to completely release. Letting everything soften. Closing the eyes. Allowing the back of your head to completely sink into the mat. Your brow is soft. No tension, no frowning. Letting your breath go. So maybe taking a couple of cleansing breaths if it feels good. Sighing it all out. And with the exhale, feeling the whole body completely let go. Whispering gently to yourself that it's okay to let go. Whispering gently to yourself that it's okay to let go. And as you start to feel every muscle, every bone starting to respond and simply letting go. Awareness settling wherever it wishes to settle right now. Maybe it's in the back of your body and the contact it has with the earth. Maybe it's in the front of your body, in your pelvis, your belly, your chest, your third eye space, wherever that is. Just allow your awareness to be there. Watching carefully and quietly as your body responds to that feeling of being supported, of being nourished. Of being at peace. And in those quiet moments of allowing and watching, knowing that you are supported, you are nourished, you are radiant, and you are at peace. Slowly starting to make your way back into your physical body, feeling the connection of your body the floor beneath it. Feeling your breath starting to deepen and lengthen. And then starting to take some gentle movements into your fingers, your toes, maybe making circles with your wrists, your ankles. Taking a little stretch, whatever way feels good for you. And then gently hugging the knees in towards your chest. Take a little rock around if you like, coming onto your side, and then just gently pressing yourself up to a comfortable seat. Taking your hands together at heart center just for a moment. Taking this opportunity to honor yourself, to honor your body, your practice, and to send some gratitude and kindness to yourself this morning. Namaste. Thank you all so much, ladies. I hope you have a wonderful day. If you have any questions, let me know. And I hope to see you soon.
That was lovely. Thanks very
Thanks
much.
so much.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks, Ulrika.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Take care.
Thanks, you too.
Thanks a lot. That was fun.
Thank you. Lovely to see you.
You too.
Take care.